Have you been having problems with your Tinder account recently and you just wish you could reset everything? Hey, welcome to Online for Love, your #1 resource for dating by the numbers. Today we're going to be going over an online dating app called Tinder, but more specifically we're going to be going over how to actually reset your profile, why you might do it, and why you might not want to do it. Before we get into all of that though, I do need to tell you guys about our Tinder 101 Hub. Our Tinder 101 Hub consists of 70 plus articles that give you the information needed in order to master Tinder. And another indispensable necessity is our Tinder opening line formula. Using the Tinder opening line formula, we've discovered that users have had a 3 times response rate that they had before. If you'd like to check out these necessities, you can do so by jumping down into the links in the bio down below, and you'll also find our online dating app quiz and more. So in order to make this review a bit easier to comprehend, I've broken it down into these 4 sections. First of which is when and why you should reset Tinder, then how to make a new Tinder account step by step, then a few things to be aware of, and then the pros and cons of Tinder resets. So before we get into that first section though, I did want to ask you guys real quick to be sure you are hitting like and subscribe. Seriously, it really does help push our videos out so that more users can utilize this information from us here at Online for Love. We super duper appreciate it. So this is going to move me on to #1 on my list, which is when and why you would reset your account on Tinder. All in all, there's only a couple reasons why you would want to reset your account on Tinder, and the first of which is that you're not getting any matches at all, and the second reason is that many of those users don't seem very attractive to you when they once very much were. Now, all of those attractive users haven't just up and vanished. They're all still very much there, however, they might not be able to access your account. So while running out of nearby people is a possibility as to why you're not getting any more matches, more likely than not from my experience with helping people on Tinder is that they just have a really bad ELO score, and this is a result of having a terrible profile, bad pictures, bad bio, and not being able to make great conversation, all while swiping right on seemingly everybody. However, if you do restart Tinder, you can set your account up with hopefully better photos, being able to swipe right on the correct profiles, and overall increasing your ELO score so that you do actually continue to see people who you'd like to match with over time rather than just at the beginning of using Tinder. Now, resetting your account can be done at any time. You're basically just scrapping your old account and making a new one. However, if you did have any paid subscriptions on that old account that you're scrapping, you can't actually transfer that subscription, so that subscription will unfortunately be lost. So before we even go into getting rid of your old account and how to actually go about making a new one, I do suggest that you guys check out our Tinder 101 Hub. Our Tinder 101 Hub consists of 70 plus articles that give you the information needed in order to master Tinder. And on that Tinder 101 Hub, you can utilize this information in order to get better matches and therefore have better conversations and get better dates so that you can actually utilize Tinder for what it's for. So this is going to move me on to #2 on my list, which is how to reset your account step by step. So during our research, we found that Tinder is actually aware that users do reset their account. It's not something you're supposed to do. And if you do get caught resetting your account, you could face a ban on Tinder. To prevent people from resetting their account, they have been collecting data on users, and this includes Facebook information, their phone number, your even the credit card you might use to pay for your account, and other social media you link to Tinder as well as the photos you use and things along the lines of that. When Tinder recognizes a phone number that's being used for 2 separate accounts, they do start to get a bit suspicious. If you're trying to reset Tinder because you believe your old account has been shadow banned, anything that's linked to that account, including phone numbers, Facebook information, things along the lines of that, are going to cause that new account to automatically get shadow banned or deleted as well. If you want to reset your Tinder account correctly so that your ELO score isn't so detrimental, or so that you can actually use the app in case you were shadow banned, you have to follow these steps exactly. And the first step is deleting your Tinder account. You can of course do this by going into the Tinder settings and going to your account and hitting delete account. And when you do that, it is going to delete all of your information and everything except for the meta information that they're going to hold on to in case you do try to make a new account, which we are going to try and do today. Before you do delete your account though, make sure you do actually cancel your subscription if you do have a subscription on Tinder. Otherwise, you're going to be continually charged for something that doesn't exist, because if you are subscribing through Apple or Google Play, they don't know that you have deleted your account. So many users accidentally do this, and they are actually billed every month or whatever reoccurring time their account is for an account that doesn't exist anymore. So after you have deleted your account, the next step you have to do is uninstall the app. So you're going to uninstall the app on your phone because you're gonna actually have to do a lot of steps before you reinstall it. So we're gonna go over those other steps right now. So this step is gonna seem pretty lengthy, but you're gonna have to create a new email address and create new social media using that email address. And I'm talking things all the way to making a new Apple ID, to making a new Facebook page and a new Instagram, things along the lines of that. So I know this is going to be very time consuming, but this is going to ensure that there is minimal connection between your old account and your new accounts that you are making. So this next step is optional, but it's becoming less and less optional as Tinder is requiring phone numbers for all accounts now. But getting a new SIM card is something that will be an extreme step in making sure that that old account isn't going to be connected to your new account. So yes, I'm saying you do need to change your phone number. Again, that is optional, but it is going to be a red flag for Tinder if they do see that there are two matching phone numbers between the accounts. So in using that email to make a new Facebook account or a new Instagram account, you want to make sure that you do actually spruce it up a bit. You want to make sure that there are some photos on there. You want to add some friends that you know of onto that Facebook profile. You don't want it to have no photos, no friends, no liked pages, and that it was just made today. Those things are going to be red flags to Tinder when you do connect your Facebook account to Tinder, and they can see that kind of information, like how many photos there are and how old the account is and number of connections on the account and whatnot. So obviously it's typical bot behavior that there are going to be blank Facebook pages connected to the Tinder account. So that's going to be a red flag for them for seeing that you're resetting your account. So from there, you're going to use your Apple ID or your Google ID to sign into the Apple Store or the Play Store, and you're going to reinstall the app. So using all that new information that you have, including your Facebook account, your new phone number, your new Instagram account, even your new Spotify, if you wanted to set one of those up, you can link all of that to your new Tinder account. And I do suggest that when you upload photos to your profile, that you use different photos as well, because Tinder will also recognize those photos. So if you followed and executed all of those steps, it is more likely than not that Tinder is not going to recognize your account is connected to other banned or shadow banned accounts, and you can actually successfully start your Tinder journey again from here. However, for a lot of users, that is going to be way too much work. They don't want to make a completely new Facebook, new Instagram, make it look authentic, and then do all that just to have a new Tinder. So there is actually another way to go about this, but it does take time. So when you do actually delete your account on Tinder, what it does is it holds on to that metadata for 3 months at Tinder. So after 3 months, you can then try to sign up again with your same phone number and your same information, and Tinder is not going to remember that information. So it'll be just like resetting your account without having to redo all of your Facebook, Instagram, social medias all over again. And of course, having a high ELO score is really important, but what's even more important is being able to actually communicate with other users on the app so that you can go out on these dates. And one great way to figure out how to do that is to check out our Tinder opening line formula. Our secret Tinder opening line formula has helped out a ton of guys, and in fact, it has resulted in a 3 times response rate for guys who have used this opening line formula versus when they weren't using this formula. So if you'd like to find out what the secret Tinder opening line formula is, be sure to check it out in the bio down below. So this is going to move me into number 3 on my list, or just a few things to be aware of. So there are instances where people have tried their best to follow those steps and they still somehow got caught, and they may have made these mistakes along the way. So the first mistake they may have made is not actually resetting all of their social medias. So people will go through this entire process and make a new Facebook and try to sign up through Instagram using just that. But then what they'll do is they'll link the same Instagram to that account. Tinder recognizes that. They will know that this Instagram belongs to another user who was banned. So they're going to see that red flag in your account, look at the review, compare the accounts, and see that you're the same person. If it really is too much work for you to make a new Instagram, just don't connect it. You're better off not connecting it if you were previously banned before. Now, the second thing you want to pay attention to is that if you did on your previous account sign up for a premium membership, you were smart enough to go through and cancel the subscription and whatnot, and then you make this new account and you try to sign up with the new account using the same credit card, Tinder will recognize that too. So if you are signing up for those premium memberships, be sure to use a different credit card in order to be sure you are not going to get caught by Tinder for doing this. Another thing you can do, and in my opinion, this is a really extreme measure, is people have bought completely new phones, not just the SIM card, but the entire phone itself, to ensure that there is zero connection between their old account and their new one so that their ELO score is higher. To me, this is a bit much. I don't think Tinder reaches that far into making sure who is who, but I do think that if you feel like it's a measure you need to be making, go ahead and do it. It just seems really extreme to me. And then the last mistake that people usually make is they upload the same exact photos from their old Tinder profile to their new one. So when you do this, Tinder is going to recognize that. So if you can just even alter those photos a little bit, at the least change the contrast a little bit, brighten or lighten the photo itself, it will actually throw off their AI a little bit. But honestly, you'd be better off taking completely different photos of yourself so that when you put them on Tinder, it's not gonna be recognizable to their AI whatsoever. So before I jump into number 4 on my list, I did want to ask you guys to be sure you are hitting like and subscribe. Seriously, it really does help push our videos out so that more users can utilize this information from us here at Online for Love. We super duper appreciate it. So this is going to move me into number 4 on my list, which is the pros and cons of the Tinder reset. So there are many pros and cons to actually resetting your account in Tinder, but let's go over the pros first. And the first pro I want to go over is that it gives you a second chance. So let's say that you were swiping left and right in a particular area and you got swiped left on a lot, or at least you have suspected that you've gotten swiped left on a lot. Well, you can recreate your account from here, get some better photos, set up a better profile, and give yourself a second chance with all of the people who have swiped left on you. Another benefit of resetting your account is that you actually get a bit of a boost. So when you do first sign up for a new Tinder account, Tinder does actually give you what I call a noob boost. So they push your profile out for the first day or a couple of days so that you can actually match with more people so that you get a little bit hooked on the app. This, of course, is going to give you a small boost on your ELO score and experience as well, so that you can meet up with multiple users, so that you have a higher chance of matching with more users. And the third reason why somebody might do this is that if they were previously banned on Tinder, this is a way for them to go around that. I don't recommend that you do this. If you're banned on Tinder, you were likely banned for a reason, but there are going to be people who find a way around it, and this is one way to do it. So now we've gone over the pros of resetting your account, let's go over some of the cons. And the first con is that it is super time consuming. If you want to reset your account correctly, you do need to make all of those new social medias, and you're going to have to get that new phone number, and you're going to have to do that all through a new email, through a new Apple ID or Google account. It is a lot of work. You could also do that or wait the 3 months to do that, but then that's 3 months of time consuming, which you could utilize to make some better photos for yourself for your new account. But other than that, it is going to take a long time. Another con of this is that you will lose your paid subscriptions. So you can unsubscribe from your old account. However, once you do that and you go to sign up for your new one, you can't transfer any subscriptions from one account to another. So unfortunately, if you did pay for something like a year in advance and you wanted to reset your account, you're gonna have to stick with that original account if you want that membership and you don't want to pay twice for it. And the last and most important con, which is actually a reason why I don't recommend that people reset their account and they actually work on their first account on building it up, is that you can get banned for doing this. Tinder does not want people doing this. It is a bot behavior, and it's a way for people to go, oh, I made mistakes with a lot of people. I said things I didn't want to say. I'm going to delete my account and start a new one all fresh and do that process all over again. Obviously, if people don't want certain people on the app because they are abusing the rules, then, and this is a way around it, of course, Tinder isn't gonna want people to be doing this. And if they catch traction of you doing that, then you could get permanently banned. So if you are in the works of making a completely new profile and you want to make it a great profile, I do suggest you check out our Tinder 101 Hub. Our Tinder 101 Hub consists of 70 plus articles that give you the information needed in order to master Tinder. And another indispensable necessity is our Tinder opening line formula. Using the Tinder opening line formula, we've discovered that users have received 3 times the response rate that they had before. You can find those necessities in the links in the bio down below, along with our online dating app quiz and more. If you guys wanted to check out some more videos from us, I do suggest you check out the videos popping up on my left and right here. And I did want to ask you guys one more time to be sure you are hitting like and subscribe. Seriously, it really does help push our videos out so that more users can get this information from us here at Online for Love. We super duper appreciate it. I'll catch you guys here next time on Online for Love. See ya.